people were crossing from the southern sector going to the northern sector. That is from here, which is Rushaga, then heading to Buhoma, Buhoma sector. So as they were moving in the forest, they met a swamp. That's the swamp I was telling you. So that swamp was called Mubwindi swamp. You get it? So as they were crossing, it became too dark for them in the swamp. And it was no more crossing because they were ghosts who never allowed them to pass through. What the ghost said, you will give us your last born and you continue moving. They stayed there for some little time, for almost 3 days without moving because it wasn't easy for them to leave their daughter. So the name of the daughter was called Nyinamukali. That was her name. As they had stayed for almost 3 days without moving because they couldn't move because of the ghosts, they had to surrender out the kid and give it to the ghosts. They continued moving up to the end. So that's where the name Mubwindi came from. That's why it is called Mubwindi bwa Nyinamukali, meaning a place of darkness. So Bwindi is called a place of darkness, meaning it was too dark for Nyinamukali. See, it was too dark for Nyinamukali. He couldn't continue with the journey. It ended up being Mubwindi bwa Nyinamukali. Yeah, that's where the name came from. And of course, as I told you, we only have one place in this forest which is flat. All other places are hidden. That place is that swamp I told you, Mubwindi swamp. Most of the time, you find elephants when it is too hot here. They hide, they come from these edges and they go back to that swamp because they need clean water, they need to get fresh, all that much. And then in this forest, not only we have gorillas, we have elephants, we have got baboons, we have chimpanzees, we have different types of monkeys, we have Leosis monkey, we have blue monkey, we have black and white calabash monkey, and so many others. And still some more animals are here, some duikers. Yeah, not only gorillas.
Anthropes.
Yeah, and then for the baboons and chimpanzees are not habituated. The reason why we don't habituate them in this forest is because it is hilly. When you go to Chibale, it is a bit flat, and they are bumpy. They are jumpy. They like jumping to this tree, jumping to the other one. So it will be very hard for the client to track the chimpanzee in this forest.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's the end of my story about the forest. Thank you very much.
Thank you.